I know if you're here, you've seen other challenge videos, but let me tell you this. This run will go in the record books as the most annoying challenge in Elden Ring history, at least in my record books. So for any new challenge run, we need a new character to do it. I'll just adjust this and move that and vaha, the greatest warrior for the greatest challenge ever. However, every great warrior needs a great name. Let's go with a Nuzlocke. Oh, I just realized, I never actually told you what this challenge is. Well, I gave some huge clues here. But to start, let me ask you, Tarnished, have you ever heard of a Nuzlocke challenge? This challenge was first popularized by Pokemon, but I decided to switch it to the most extreme and do a modified version of it here on Elden Ring. Rules are simple. You get one weapon per zone, to match the one Pokemon per route rule in normal Nuzlockes. If you die, you have to discard a weapon. This alone can make the game decently hard. However, like all Elden Ring challenges, I decided to add a twist. So in this challenge, we are also going to add two stipulations. One, we must keep the blue cipher ring active at all times. And two, once you get it, you must keep the taunter's tongue active, so you may get invaded at any time. These fights become mandatory. No escaping through fog walls. If you think this will be easy, I challenge you to try. In fact, let your other favorite Elden Ring channels try this. Could be fun. Let's call it a raid lock challenge. And I'm gonna have to try to get through the game, all the way to Marika's chamber, with these rules in place. So now that we got all the formalities out of the way, let's get the basic stuff out of the way also, as I quickly acquire Torrent and my summoning bell and get on with the actual challenge. So there are a few things we need in order to do this, and two of the main ones are in Round Table Hold. The blue cipher ring from the Twin Maiden Husk, and the taunter's tongue from the other side of this balcony. It also wouldn't hurt to get another weapon while I'm here, since weapons are my lives in this run. The first time I went to get the taunter's tongue, I grabbed the cipher pod as my weapon for the Round Table Hold zone, but then I die. This is going to be a problem. Every weapon I acquire is a precious life, and now, due to my mess up, I have to get rid of my shield and lose a life. It sucks, but Round Table Hold has become a wash for lives. I really need more lives now, so getting some help from Blide, I collect my weapon from Limgrave, from Darvel. From there I make my way all the way down to the Weeping Peninsula to get the weapon from that zone. I've got my eyes set on the Grafted Blade Greatsword, but in retrospect I should have gotten that sweet +8 halberd from Arena's Faja. Usually those of us who come down here to Castle Morn are used to just destroying it, but I get overconfident and allow myself to get surrounded like a noob. I try desperately to get some room so I can heal, and for my efforts, I still die. Now I have to decide which weapon represents that life and destroy one of my scimitars. I come back more careful this time, and without much hassle, I acquire another new weapon. So far, I have really only gained a single life for the run, and that makes me a little uncomfortable. As I look around the rest of Weeping Peninsula, I accidentally pick up the winged scythe and have to throw it to the wayside. I'm certain I can get the tongue and take Castle Stormville at this point. For safety reasons, I decided to go get the Uchi Katana from the Death Touch Catacombs. And before someone says I got a weapon from Limgrave already, I just want you to know that each cave and mini dungeon would be considered like the caves in Pokemon, as a different route, so I'm not breaking the rules of this run. After an annoying series of skeleton fights, and a fight against a weakened Black Knife assassin, I clear the catacombs. With one more life on board, I head to the Round Table Hold, take a deep breath, and jump over the balcony. After several tense moments where my health gets dangerously low, I get the tongue. We finally have everything we need in order to do our raid lock challenge. So now, both of the items that we just got have to be active at all times. With this being said, I make my way to Margit, and somehow don't get invaded. Also, I've never played without a password before, so I didn't know that I can just summon people here at these Stakes of Marika, and thought it'd be cool if I summoned someone for Margit, just for the hell of it. Obviously, Margit didn't stand a chance, and we beat him down. Like, you should beat the like button and hit the subscribe while you're at it. I wish I could tell you this whole run was this simple, but this is literally where the shit starts to hit the fan big time. While on my way to see if I can put down Godric the Grafted, it seems like there's a whole battalion of high-level Tarnished that love to farm low-level players in Stormville, because 2 or 3 of these guys just keep taking me up on my invitation to invade. And let's face it, I'm not the greatest at PvP. The first of our jammers, both for their red color and the fact that they're jamming up my challenge run, is Bloody Finger Castle, who throws etiquette out the window and starts beating me down mid-bow. However, even with the cheap shot, I'm feeling like I have a real chance here. We're both exchanging blows pretty well until he finally gets his timing down and parries me, and I'm run through. This forces another weapon to be dropped from my inventory, and I choose my second scimitar. With this setback, I decide to do more of a speed running tactic. If they summon in, I have to fight them, but if they don't get a chance, maybe I can get through Castle Stormfell. And before I even get to the second set of grace, here's the same bloody finger again. And unlike last time, the ass whooping I got was all take and no give. This time I realize that I've been removing weapons that I can use. This time I choose one that I cannot use. And there goes the cipher Pada. The pressure of this run is really starting to weigh on me already, and I haven't even got 1/5 of the way through this castle yet, and I'm already down half my lives. Even though I could easily go get more weapons in places that I have not yet been, I feel like it won't help much with the invasions happening how they are, so I decide to suck it up and try to push through. I don't even get through the tower when our second cleverly named contestant makes an appearance, and with a dick to the right firebombing me, I really don't stand much of a chance in this fight, and have to decide which weapon that I should discard this time. And considering I can't even use it, I drop my grafted greatsword. And the regret for not getting the halberd kicks in again. Only having a few options left, I try a different tactic, knowing I'm not getting any better at PvP and that I'm just being murdered. I equip a sword shield combo and make my way back into the castle. I make my way up the stairs to the locked door, and our third contestant makes an appearance. Now pay special attention to his gear. Ruri here is decked out in in-game gear with the complete bull goat set and fire giant's whip. He is just here in Stormville for chaos. But whatever, that's what this challenge is all about. So after a quick beatdown on his behalf, I have a real difficult decision. Do I get rid of the shield or the katana? With a lot of frustration, I throw my katana off this glyph. I re-equip the Bloodhound Fang, and this time I managed to get the key to the locked door after accidentally picking up a second weapon. Don't worry, I'll remedy that soon. But then, Ruri shows up again. This time I try to set an ambush for the man, and on my way to that point, he murders me on a ladder. So with just my weapon and shield left, I decide the shield is the thing that has to go, and both my shield and the misbegotten sword join my katana. I'm on my last life now and extremely stubborn, so I head out to continue on this challenge. This time I make it out onto the roofs, through the courtyard, and even manage to get a couple new sights of grace when a very unlikely scenario happens. I get invaded for a third time in a row, and well, look who's back. It's Ruri. I can't just let this man beat me down for a third time. However, I have both an omen and a hound chasing me. After a back and forth with them, I manage to defeat the active foes and face off against Ruri as he enters the chamber. We get an epic Japanese attack off, and even though his final hit was on the air well behind me, I die. And that's the run. I'm all out of lives, and there's just the hollowness of failing a challenge run that rings after taking the time to set these things up. Honestly, I don't know if this run is possible with a new character. Again, I know that I'm bad at PvP, so I again challenge you to send this to your favorite challenge runners and have them come over and look at the rules and see how far they can get in the game with the above stipulations. If you'd like to see me attempt more challenge runs, click on this video here, where I try to beat all the remembrance bosses at level 100 with just a bow. With that being said, I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you again next time.